Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, you will still see no glasses on this table. This is dry January still. It is the 26th, and I feel like I'm about to throw it all out the window. I have become annoyed with dry January because I am used to being able to do what I want to do. As an adult, I don't put too many restrictions on myself. You know, I always say, limitations are everything. You know, there always can be too much of a good thing, so to speak. So if you put limitations on yourself, chances are you won't go overboard. However, whenever I go to cook and I don't have my glass of bourbon, it just feels weird. If I'm sitting on the couch watching a movie with the wife and we're chilling, it just feels weird not to have a glass of bourbon there. But I will say this, even though my energy levels are pretty much the same because I'm active anyway and I work out, I have lost some weight, but that is mainly due to me counting calories pretty much every day and working out almost every day. I mean, I am working out 5 to 6 days a week. So I have been dropping a few pounds. But anyway, this video is about bourbons that I did not buy because of YouTube. I also wanted this to be a challenge video to my new bourbon family over at the Whiskey 6. We are starting a new collaborative channel. You can come over there and check us out. I am going to try and put the link in the comments and the description. That way you can come check us out, hit the bell notification. We are going to go live. You guys can see all of the lives. We're going to try and do it once a month. We're going to be interactive, have some good bourbon talk over there, have just great talk in general over there. It's not going to be all bourbon. It will be mainly bourbon, but it will be other stuff involved as well. So all of my bourbon family, guys over at the Whiskey 6, I'm going to put a picture here or here somewhere. Please go ahead and get yourself involved in this challenge. And with that being said, I'm going to start getting into them because guys that I trust in the Whiskey Tube community, like Jason C., the Bourbon Judge, the Bourbon Junkies, they have steered me clear of some bottles and helped me save some money. And hopefully I am doing the same for you guys. So if you guys agree with me, you can put that in the comments. Put some of the bottles that I've helped you stay clear of in the comments, and put some of the bottles that some of your favorite whiskey tubers have helped you stay clear of in the comments. Now, this bottle right here, I can't completely say that I didn't buy it because you see I bought minis and I should not have bought minis. Both of these things, $10 a piece, man. I've only been in line one time and heard somebody say something good about the Willet Pot Still. You won't hear me say anything good about Willet Pot Still. I should have kept the money in my pocket. Curiosity got the best of me. I saw it sitting on a shelf behind the counter when I was buying something else, and I asked her how much it was. She said $10. So I picked up one, and then I'm not saying I'm a glutton for punishment because I kind of wanted to shoot an episode and I knew where to go get them, and I picked up a second one. Now this one is filled with Wild Turkey 101. That was the original. This one right here is still half full from the video that I shot with a miniature of the Willet Rye. The next bottle up is going to be Hidden Barn. Now, Jackie Zykin, she came from Old Forester. She did some amazing things at Old Forester. She went to start a new bourbon company with some of her compadres, and they started a company called Hidden Barn. And batch one got dogged, and I feel bad because if I leave a very successful company, I was in a successful role, and then I go and start a new endeavor and it doesn't work out, it's going to break your heart a little bit. And it did not get great reviews on YouTube from some of her previous fans. Not to say that they aren't fans anymore, but it just did not get great reviews. And you have to appreciate people's honesty. I don't know if it's the blending that's going over there, whether they got bad barrels, I don't know. But I stayed away from that bottle because some of my favorites did not give it a great review. Another bottle on the list, I had a chance to buy this one. Now, this is one that goes against the grain. Bourbon Junkies love this thing, but I heard some other whiskey tube channels out there say that the Midnight Winter's Dram, now this is the base for Midnight Winter's Dram. I passed on Midnight Winter's Dram because, one, I didn't like this. Two, I don't really care for a lot of the High West products. They just come off as being a little bland to me. And the Bourbon Junkies, man, they sung high praises for this thing right here. I couldn't get with the Midnight Winter's Dram. And this is, like I said, this is the bottle that is the base for Midnight Winter's Dram. Let me get into another bottle, but most of the bottles are on my phone because I don't have them up here. But Remus number 6, people said that at $120, it's just okay. They said that at $89 bottle, it was good. I chased, after getting 2, 3, never got 4, got 5, loved 5. 5 to me was amazing. I chased 7. I was going to chase down 6, but too many of the YouTubers out there that I listened to said that, hey, it is just not that great. I don't know if it was just the sticker shock on it, and people were like, you know, at $90, I swallowed it, and I went ahead and bit the bullet, paid the money, and bought the bottle. And it was still a good bottle, but at 100 proof and 120 bucks, it was even hard for me to recommend Remus 7 to you guys. I mean, like, fully recommended. I said it was a good bottle, but at 120 bucks, man, that is asking a lot for a 100 proof product. And it is the youngest, I believe it's the youngest of all of Remus Repeal batches that they ever put out. Let's see, Castle and Key, that's another one. So, beautiful bottle. Beautiful bottle. Everybody talked about, oh man, it's coming out. It's going to be the I think it was Old Taylor Distillery, the first. They revamped the Old Taylor Distillery, and now it's going to be the first bottle, first release out. And it did not get good praises on YouTube. I sat there and I kind of pondered buying the bottle. I was like, should I just order it just to see what all the hype's about? And then when it got trashed, I was like, maybe I should still give it a chance. But the price on it and having to pay that shipping price online, it just kind of, you know, it just kind of turned me off. So I was like, nah, I said, I will just keep my money in my pocket and I will stay away from Castle and Key. What's the next one up? So, Woodford Historic Entry Proof. I did not buy that bottle and had the chance to. It was in one of my hunt videos. I glanced over it while I was recording because it's hard sometimes to see those bottles in the back of the camera. And but I did take a still of it, and then when I put it in the hunt video, I kind of showed, ding, yeah, I missed it. But I did not buy that bottle, man. A lot of you guys out there, Whiskey Tube community, you guys just did not care for that bottle. I don't know if it was the low entry proof of it, if it was just because it was bland or what. I will say this though, shout out to my man Gray. I was over his house and I'm kind of glad that I didn't buy that bottle after listening to you guys. And then the ultimate nail in the coffin was having a sample of it over at his house. He put it in front of me. He was like, you know, pour yourself a glass, tell me what you think. I took a sip and I was like, wow, that's underwhelming. And he was like, yeah, he said I had the same experience. So you guys were right. I mean, look, we don't always get it right, but sometimes we do. And you guys out there who I look at, you guys were right when it came to that Woodford Historic Barrel Entry Proof. Next bottle on the list, and the last bottle up, I do not have a bottle. It is the Frank August. I don't remember it getting bad reviews. The reason why I stayed away from it is because every time I see it in the store around me, it's about 80 bucks. I've seen it in some places for 100 bucks. I think it retails for 75. I have started to see it more and more for about 75 bucks. However, that is still a lot to pay for a whiskey that you know nothing about, that gets somewhat decent at best reviews. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, well, it just kind of tastes okay. I watched the Bourbon Judge. I think he said it tasted decent, but it still wasn't worth the sticker price that was on it. So I just kind of, I kind of stayed back, man. I didn't want to go and spend that type of money for something that you really don't know much about and it's not getting rave reviews. Now, it would be different. And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite coming off of my last video, about is transparency overrated? Because you can go on their website and I think it says that it's about 6 years old. Frank August isn't even a real person. The company just thought that it was a cool name to come up with for bourbon. So it's kind of like, that in itself, and then kind of being like, just high price for a 100 proof product just kind of made me stay away from it. So you guys put in the comments the bourbons that some of us YouTubers have made you stay away from, and whether or not you were thankful you did. And with that being said, let the whiskey flow, never run out unless you head it to a drop. Till next time.